All right, so this morning I'm going to cook for Paul and AJ, so if you want to come over and we'll show you what we're doing, what we're going to cook. So this is Southern shrimp and grits. So most people say, I don't like grits. I can't stand grits. The reason is it's being made incorrectly. So people, if you look at instant grits, Southerners, instant grits, we know are not real grits. So quick grits is the difference than instant. It takes 5 minutes to cook them if you're doing water. So it'll tell you here to use water. Don't use water. When you're doing grits, grits are 4 to 1. So 1 cup of grits to 4 cups of your liquid. So for us, it's 2 cups of heavy cream, 2 cups of whole milk, to 1 cup of grits. That's more than 1 cup. I don't know how much is left in here. So that's a standard issue. So we slow whisk our heavy cream on a medium heat. If you don't slow whisk it, it'll scorch at the bottom. So your milk and your cream, you slow whisk. It's about 27 minutes at a medium heat for a double recipe. So if you're making for a large amount of people, it's 27 minutes of rotator cuff distortion. Okay, and then we go to once it gets to a light boil, we'll add the grits. As we stir the grits, once the grits start to thicken, we'll add the shrimp. Now, a true person from Charleston, South Carolina, we use real shrimp that we catch. I'm in Oklahoma. I don't trust shrimp in Oklahoma, so we have to go with a pre-cooked, peeled, deveined shrimp. I'll use the whole bag, about 1.5 cups of cheese, about a half a stick of butter, maybe a little bit less if you're Paula Deen, you go like 4 sticks of butter. But on a double recipe, I'll use a whole stick of butter. But this I'll probably use a little bit less because, you know, if you're lactose intolerant, you do not want this recipe. And then salt and pepper, and that's it. But if people who make grits with water, when you finish cooking, you can't do anything with the grits. Because if you try to freeze them, if you try to put them in the refrigerator, they get congealed. Okay. And there's no good, you can't really do anything. Now, in the South, we'll take, if it's made with water, we'll take and put them in a pan about 1 inch thick, cut cubes, quick deep frying afterwards, and you have fried grits. Okay. It's kind of a difficult recipe to do, but you can do it. Making it with the heavy cream, the water's not in there. You can take what's left over, put it in the refrigerator. When you've completed your day, and you're like, hey, I need something, you can pull it out, put it in the microwave, and because it's not water, the cream gets hot again, it tastes like you just made it. So you can actually put this in the refrigerator and have it the next morning. That's awesome. Just in the microwave, and take it because the cream just keeps it wet and it doesn't get that
different consistency.
Yes.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. So I'm gonna get this going, and we'll come back to you.
Well,
guys.
thanks for cooking.
Yeah.
This is our first try too.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is your first try. So we'll come in here. We'll end up with.
So if we don't like it,
if you don't like it, I'm going to eat it the next couple of days. And when
it will not be congealed because
and when my wife and her son come back, they're like, "Oh, yay, Dad!" I'm so glad they don't like that stuff.
This is good adventure food when we're here down south.
Oh yes, yeah. So like Paul, I think Paul said, "Oh, I had grits once. I don't like it."
It's okay.
Yeah. So and people, you don't put sugar in grits. Oh my goodness. We know you're from the north.
I think it's
if you put pancake syrup or sugar in your grits, it doesn't belong.
You can always put one of these in. Was that
so that's 2 cups of heavy cream. We'll put the rest in there. Go 2 cups of milk. Here we go. So that's the liquid base for us.
I think we're here for the arm part.
Oh, that could be.
Oh, for the whisker?
He's drawing us in.
So, I would say I'm a whisker. I'm whisking. I'm a whisker.
Yes.
Paul, if you're going to help me, if Paul's going to help, he's going to be a whisker.
A whisker, that's right.
He's a whisker.
You're a whiskerless.
I'm a whisker.
Whisker,
You're
yes.
a whisker.
I got a whisker and a whisker. All right, so we'll go to the front. So we're going to go to a medium heat. I'll go just slightly over medium, and that'll help speed up the process. But once it starts going, we have to non-stop. Well, it's cold.
We'll trade off.
Yeah. So what I'll do is I do salt and pepper to taste because I don't use a lot of salt, but grits is the one thing you have to have salt in.
Okay.
And I like the pink Himalayan. So we'll go to a teaspoon of salt.
There's so much.
And pepper is just, add a little pepper, we'll do some more later.
Ron needs a hat. Chef hat.
Yeah.
I've got a chef hat
Do you?
somewhere. Somewhere, I don't know where it is. Keeps my hair out of the food.
It should have hunting with a hero on it.
Yeah.
Cooking with a hero.
Yeah. All right, so we're gonna get this going. Andrew, if you'll do a little whisking here, I'll start the whisking process with you.
Big job.
They see
You
that.
better monitor here, the supervisor.
It's trying to make sure you do the right rotation.
All right, look over.
To the kitchen,
Yeah.
I'll come up and I'll say, you go that way, I'll go this way. I go through the kitchen, he goes down the hall and meets me in the great room. I can stir again.
Now, if you could take this, pour this, give me to 1 cup here, and then we'll open this one up. I don't know if we'll get 2 cups or not. What are we at? Are we at a cup yet?
No.
Okay, so here we go. So
I guess that's the cup, right?
yeah, so go ahead and take it to 1 1/4, and then I know I just have to do 3/4 cup more.
You want one?
Yeah, just go to the 1
Okay,
1/4 up in there.
Yeah.
So I'll look at that top red line.
A little bit more. There we go. Ready?
No. You don't. We won't
Wait,
add.
wait to the end.
Once this gets to a boil, then we'll add the grits.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
So you
good.
need then the 3/4.
Then 3/4 more. Oh, I'm sorry. Hang on. No, ooh, that messes up.
Too much?
No, I'm doing.
Are you doing 2 cups?
I'm only doing 1 recipe.
Or you were gonna double?
Yeah, almost doubled it.
So that's all you need
That's
total?
that's all I need. 1 cup. There we
No
go.
more.
Yeah, almost got us too much.
So you're done with this.
Yep, done with that. You could throw this one in the recycle right there. So with grits, when you have fresh shrimp,
Yeah.
when you get to that light boil, you put your peeled deveined shrimp raw in it, and the hot grits will cook the shrimp. And man, the flavor.
Put the shrimp in first.
Yeah. No, once you get the grits in there.
Oh, I see. Oh, okay.
Because
I
if you
see.
overcook shrimp, they get kind of
Yeah,
tough and rubbery.
Tough.
Right.
So
So
then-
right as it starts to get
I
thick,
see what you're saying.
you know, and okay, I feel it thickening. I add the
see.
shrimp to it, and the hot
That
grits will
cooks
cook the shrimp, and the flavor of the shrimp just explodes in these grits, and it's man. So
Wow.
the more fresh ingredients you put in, the better the flavor comes out.
Yeah.
So you can rip that open if you want. Yeah, and we'll do like a half a bag once we get to that. This is not something you want to try to make for a very large crowd.
No.
Because yeah, you need a cauldron to
Oh,
make
yeah.
something that. You know, the most I do is a
What's
double
this?
recipe,
Like
which
4 people.
well, this will do 3 or 4 of us. But if I'm doing like for a bunch of
yeah.
guests, I'll do a
Big
double
family.
recipe, and usually I come with nothing back. Come back with nothing because people eat.
Oh, yeah.
Adelaide, she goes, I don't do. She would come to our house in church when we were in Texas. She goes, I don't do shrimp. I don't do grits.
Well, good. Well,
I'm like, well, ma'am, that's what I made. So it's either, not to be rude, you either eat what I made because you're a
Yeah.
guest at my house, or
Yeah.
you get to go hungry.
Yeah, that's
She goes,
right.
I guess I'll try it. And she took a bite. She was like, oh my goodness, oh my god. And she ate it. She goes, this was amazing.
Then she wanted your recipe.
Right. So we were in Korea, and I made this in Korea. We had a Bible study.
Oh, did you?
So Koreans don't know anything about grits, you know, because they don't have that in Korea.
Oh, great.
So the lady was like, what is this? I'm like, it's called shrimp and grits. She goes, what are grits? And I had to explain it's corn, you know, and how it's processed. She goes, I guess I'll try it. And she, you know, Esther, I love you. And Esther's her name. So Esther sat down and she grabbed a little spoon and she ate. She was like, she ate some more. And we started getting ready for Bible study. She scarfed it down. She goes, excuse me, can I have more of this? Absolutely. And she had another one. She's like this big around. She said, "Excuse me." I'm like, "Yeah. Can I take this home to my husband?" I'm like, "Absolutely." So shrimp and grits are famous in her household in Korea. So Southerners, I've taken shrimp and grits to Korea, and they now know what it is. Some of them.
And the next question: will you invite me to your house?
So see how we're coming to a boil now?
Yes.
Now we're coming to a boil. We'll slowly whisk in.
No, grits is like corn.
Yeah, it's processed corn. Just like it's the inside of the corn.
Yeah, that's all it is. But it does have the consistency of cream of wheat.
Yes, it does. And especially so, if you like cream of wheat with the heavy cream here, you'll be more apt to like this.
Yeah.
If
So
you're like, hey, I want some zing, I can put some. Not yet.
No, when you get ready, you
we'll
want
get
this
ready.
and then half of that bag.
But that's that. So first we'll do the shrimp. So we're going to do all the shrimp. So go ahead and open that. And because those are frozen, it's going to take the temperature down on the grits.
Right. So it takes a little longer.
Yeah. And because this is not a double recipe, and I'm using this big cauldron, it didn't take as long to
Right.
boil. I call it cauldron. It's a pot.
Wow, all the fancy talk.
Yeah.
There she goes. She's boiling now. I cook basic food, meat, potatoes, vegetables, but nothing
Nothing
fancy.
fancy.
I mean, I've made like for the sweets like church windows. It's just
Yeah.
like the colored marshmallows, and you get chocolate chips boiling down, and you put coconut in them. You mix it all up, and you make them like a log.
All right, shrimp.
Just dump them in.
Dump them in there. Dump all of it.
I won't stop. Want some moose meat? Bring it out of the freezer. My brother got a small moose. But I thought I'd have brought a package. I never thought.
You said a small moose, so I don't think there's anything small about a moose.
Wow. It dressed just under 600 pounds.
A small moose. He dressed under 600 pounds.
Wow. That was pretty neat.
A small deer dressed at 40 pounds.
That was so neat, and that moose just hunched up, twirled, went, it wasn't 50 feet, and just went on the other side of the road, just an old grassy logging road.
Yeah.
Dropped. I went out, got the side by side with the trailer, and drove down after they took, gutted it out and stuff, and backed up to it, hooked onto it, run the winch up over the.
All right, so now we're getting a slight boil in here.
Yes.
So this is going to start thickening up, getting a little more thick. Thickening up.
Then you put the butter in.
Yeah, the butter. Yeah. Butter. A butter. What is butter? Is that something you go to the doctor for? No, that's the sound I made just before we were hunting. Butter.
Yeah. Yeah, but. No.
D. Paul's going to be southernized when he gets there.
Talking. That would take some doing.
The southernized?
Yeah. I'm afraid
No, because see, I got southern. So southerners, true deep south southerners, they won't say I'm southern with the R, I'm southern. It's the draw, I'm southern.
Southern.
I come from the southernmost part of the
Right.
state.
Yeah, they don't use the eyes.
Not.
See,
So you're saying we're correct?
you're,
But
you're
other-
correct if you say it the way I do. Oh, the way
Yeah,
you do.
But at the same time, I'm from the southern part of the state,
Yeah.
and we drink water with two R's. They make up for it on a different word. All right, now we're starting a little bit thicker here. That's good.
When you're ready for the
Yeah, I'll let you know. It needs to come like to a boil again, like it's like popping. So that's a bad thing about grits. When you get to that boiling point where they're like now they're popping and boiling,
Right.
man, those hot grits pop out. They'll land down in your foot. Oh, and you feel it all the way. They don't cool enough
No.
by the time they travel down to your foot.
It's like hot fudge. Fudge? You do?
Yeah.
I make a basic, not a fancy fudge, but I used to send it over to Joel when he was in Iraq. Well, with other stuff too.
Other stuff. So
Stuff you'd buy. Or sometimes no bake cookies.
my
But
sister,
Mostly.
my oldest sister Wendy, she makes an oatmeal fudge.
Oh,
It's amazing.
I've never tried that.
That's another southern.
Yeah, southern dish. It's all good.
Anything that's
It's-
chocolate or fudge is good.
Well, the thing is, like you said, with the grits, it's how you cook it. I mean, most foods, it's like, you know, a steak.
Oh, all right. Give me the butter. Give me the butter, please.
But,
The butter. Okay, we'll get this going in there.
not that bad.
Yeah, we'll put that back in the refrigerator.
This is different. Angie's sitting down and we're doing the kitchen work.
And a quiet.
She's quiet.
That is.
Is Jesus coming or what?
It's where's your butter go? In here?
Right beside the eggs up top. See, right? See the
Oh,
little
yeah.
window? No, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, right on there. And then shut that egg door.
That's American.
All right. Dump this one in there, Paul.
The plastic out.
Yeah, keep the plastic out. Put that and then give me.
Portion.
Yeah, about right that much.
We did?
Yep. Shaking in there.
Is it coming out?
Yeah, it's coming out. There we go. That's good.
Well,
So so my children grew up with this recipe that I make, and we went to the Cracker Barrel, and they brought out my youngest son, oldest son were ordering their breakfast, and they brought out grits and gravy with it, and my son looked down and goes, "Mom, what is this?" She said, "Son, those are grits you can eat." He was like, "What's wrong with them?" Well, they make them with water instead of cream like your dad did. He said, "Why would you do that?"
wow.
He didn't know that people didn't make grits this way.
Yeah, well, that's what you grow up with, right?
Yeah.
All right. What do you want to cheese?
In the second drawer down there, you see the? No, I'm sorry, the first drawer. Right
This
there.
one?
Yeah, with the other cheeses. Okay. So we are hot. We are thick. We are cake. I mean, we're ready.
That wasn't so bad.
No, because it was a half recipe versus a double. So I would call this a half recipe.
Oh, better get out. Be back and get in trouble. Kitchen for you. See, these would make great soup bowls, huh?
Yes, they are wonderful soup bowls.
Little
They're
seaweed.
great cereal bowls too, because they hold a lot.
Well, thing is, like regular bowls, this way you get a natural flow when you scoop it out.
Now, what I did not do is normally I do this with a grilled asparagus on it. Or done. You get a big mouthful for grits, man.
Say that.
No,
We all get a big
you're in the South, so you don't want to put that straight in your mouth. It'll hurt you.
hot.
Yeah. Take one to Angie. Oh, it smells amazing. We'll take a little extra salt and pepper, because what I'll do is
Well, take this one over. Are we eating
Maybe
here
we
or
should
the bar?
sample it over here so we're in the kitchen.
Huh? I'm gonna eat here.
there we go. Low country shrimp and grits.
Chicken grips.
Coming back in.
Grips.
Grips. No, not grits, grips.
It looks delicious.
Thanks, I made it. You get the big bowl.
You said you want to sample first?
No.
Oh no, I want to eat.
Yeah.
Well, if you don't like us, because you didn't pray over it first, Paul.
Jeez, skipping the best part.
Hey, Like the president, he has a food tester so he doesn't
Oh,
die.
is that what it is? So it doesn't die. And so I
I'm
like
just
to.
protecting you people.
Thank you.
That
It smells delicious.
Smells great.
You'll probably need a pinch of salt.
Yeah.
I don't put salt in anything, so except for grits. Never said you want more. So you see all the butter and the cream coming up in this.
Yeah.
So that's why you can reuse
You're
it
gonna let
later.
that. You're gonna leave that. Or
I turned it off. Yeah,
Let
I'm gonna,
it still burn on it. You know.
I'm gonna take it off and go to a different eye. There we go.
Yum. Well, this is quite the experience.
Yes.
All right, let's go to the table.
One quick grits. What should we set?
Oh my Cameras everywhere.
I know. You be careful while you scratch.
Yeah, do you need more coffee? You want some milk to go with your heavy cream?
Good.
You want water? Paul, you need water?
Oh, sure. Wow. Yeah, I'll take one.
Angie, are you good with
No,
that?
I'm good, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Yeah.
You sit at the head of the table. Well,
Oh, well, yeah, well, I can sit over here. I'll slide over here by Angie. I'll sit right there. You go.
Over there?
No,
Okay.
you go.
Okay.
And I'll sit here.
Sneak on in.
Yeah,
You
so
can pull around this way.
I'm going to say the blessing for us.
excuse me.
Hide me. Father, we thank you for your grace, your mercy, your love, and your passion for us as your children. We thank you for the bounty you've given us, Lord, for the time in the woods to fellowship and experience your grandeur. Bless us food, not our bodies, and our bodies do service. Make them southern. Amen.
Amen.
Make them southern.
Make them
I got that, yeah.
Well, Paul, what do you think?
It's way better than the grits I had.
He says way better.
No good.
I'm excited. This is my first grit experience. I've never
I've only
had
had
grits
them once,
ever.
but
Nothing's ever going to compare again. I just know
No, you're such a failure now.
it.
Well,
Like my dad
Like you
makes
said-
grits, he makes them with water. And so I've gotten him to where he's doing this now,
Right.
but he'll probably he makes a homemade, we call them cat head biscuits
Okay.
because of the size of cats.
Right.
The biscuits are like this,
Mm.
and they're from scratch.
Okay.
Like his passed down generation to generation how you do it, and he's perfected it. He'll make those, and you take those, you open them up, put butter on them, and put Blackburns as a brand of syrup. This is very hard to find now,
Okay.
but that Blackburn syrup just over your biscuits and eat them like.
I was gonna
Cat head
say,
biscuits, huh?
Yeah,
We're
yeah,
going to have to
this
put in a
one-
request.
this would taste good.
This is delicious.
Delicious.
Delicious. Yes.
It's a creamy, like you said.
Mmm.
It has that creamy flow to it.
With the amount of butter and creaminess in you, like you said, Paula Dean will strap up. You're like,
She'd be proud.
yeah.
So grits are what?
It's the inside of the corn. It's just
Hmm.
ground up.
Round up corn.
I think the reason why that name turns people this off is because they don't know what it is. Like,
Yeah. Well, like you said, if you had maple and this together, I mean, to look at it in a bowl is similar, right? But when you go taste it, because
yum. What would you not like about grits? So what if you make them
Well,
with water? If they're like more
the texture's
mushy?
totally different.
Okay.
It's totally
it's
different.
more bland.
It's very bland.
Yeah.
So if you make them with water, you don't have to. Hey, I'm doing them with water. Put bacon in it. Take and cook crispy bacon. And,
You could put so much
put
in there.
bacon in it, cheese and jalapenos in it.
That would
spice
be
it up.
good.
So
Ooh.
like with the Rotel tomatoes we did this. You can take a can of Rotel, drain it so you don't have all the water in it.
Mhm.
If you're using the cream,
Mhm.
and then put them. You get the fine ground ones and put them in, and it's totally adjusts the flavor. And you're like more southern
Have you
flavor.
put bacon and stuff in it? You know,
Oh, yeah.
sausages, bacon.
So is grits a
I'm from the south.
particular?
Have I put bacon in my grits? Have I put cheese in my grits? Have I put jalapenos in my grits?
You
Yeah.
can put anything in here.
Yeah,
Not sugar.
Exactly.
Not syrup.
You're syrup.
not for this.
It's not oatmeal, right?
No, this is.
You know, so and that's what people they say. Oh, it's so bland. I have to sweeten it up. So they'll put sugar in it to make it
Put
sweeter.
something with more flavor in it,
Yeah,
not.
they don't know. So,
Right.
but this is, if you're watching this, you've never had grits. This is the recipe to use.
Yeah. I'll have to get that recipe from you.
You'll have it right on video.
True.
In 1985, we went on an antelope hunt in Wyoming, Gillette, Wyoming. And on the way there, they say, hey, you know, over when you cross the Ohio River, people know what grits are.
Okay.
I'm like, seriously, as soon as you cross, yeah.
Oh.
Well, yeah, we'll try this. So we pulled into like a McDonald's or something.
Sure.
And we want grits, absolutely. And they made, you know, it was with water, so, you know, it's standard what most people think of
Yeah.
grits. We ate, we crossed, we probably went an hour after we crossed. We pulled over to a restaurant and walked into a restaurant and said, we'd like to get some, no, it was a McDonald's. We went McDonald's to McDonald's. I said, we'd like to have some grits and eggs. And we're like, some what? Like grits. And they're like, I don't know what that is.
Are you serious?
It was an hour, you know, an hour away from me. No food or grits
Like they're
were.
on a different
And
planet.
where was this?
Uh,
Out west?
Yeah, we went to Wyoming. So wherever it was that we crossed the Ohio River,
Hmm.
we'd gone through Ohio and some other states because we came up and then we went over. But when we got to Wyoming, we had a trailer we were pulling behind us, and we had a 5-pound bag of grits in there
Mm-hmm.
because we were cooking.
Right.
Because the sheriff of the town was from where we were, and he would
Oh.
invite us to hunt. And so we got out there, went to a restaurant, like a diner, like Mel's Diner kind of.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it was so nostalgic to be there.
Yeah.
And we got to say, "Can you have grits?" And the owner was like, "What? What? Grits?" He goes, "What are grits?" And we told him, he said, "I've never heard of grits." I'm like, "Hey, well, we have some. We've got a 5-pound bag that we brought with us. Can we cook them and we'll do them for you?" He's like,
Oh my gosh.
"Absolutely."
Oh,
So we
so
went
then-
and we made grits and had the bacon and stuff in it.
Oh, wow.
And
Yeah.
in the South, we'll take the grits, mix it with corned beef hash and scrambled eggs, just mix it all together.
Mhm.
You know, so it looks like bleh, and you're like, but it, you know, the flavors melt. So if you
Yes.
have grits with water, do it with corned beef hash and scrambled eggs, mix it, and you're like, oh, there's the flavor.
Sure.
So after we made it, he was like, these are amazing. Where can I get these from a restaurant? Well, here, you can have this bag, because actually we have another 5-pound bag. And so now that guy was ordering from a store that's called Piggly Wiggly.
Huh.
We have
So,
Piggly Wiggly.
Okay,
Mhm.
so he would order from Piggly Wiggly. The Bud is from South Carolina. So he would order from Buzz Newton, and he would,
You transplanted grits.
yeah, we
Just
did.
like that.
Yeah, we did.
Wow.
That is wild how just a short distance the awareness of stuff. Or when you go into Canada and it's
Because you put bacon, anything.
in
Bacon, right?
yeah. In Canada it's French fries and gravy. Is that
Oh yeah,
Is that-
poutine. It's called poutine.
Mmm. Thank you, Ron. This is delicious.
Thank you, Ron. I think it's pretty good. That's all that's left in my bowl.
I better hold mine over here, otherwise I'll be holding it mine.
Thank you. Look that way.
All right, Southern Shrimp and Grits. You've seen it.